described that as if it was pre-planned for them to go out there. I'm going to investigate these people who came out here and said this right near his heart. I told you my theory is that the shape charge was intended to hit his chest, but something went wrong because a shape charge, like I said, can be directed, but it is not an exact science. I do not think they ever intended for the shot to be public. I don't think they ever intended for it to hit his neck. I think his mic, the second redundant mic, was rigged, and it was meant to hit his chest. He was wearing a white shirt. Those descriptions were meant to make sense because they are the instant ones that came out. They're speaking to NBC News, a pooling of blood around his heart. You never saw that, sir. How did you get on NBC News? I'm going to find out.
Hey, Crazy Ivan here. So I want to make some comments to Candace's comment in her podcast about the shape charges, and they can also be called EFPs, explosively formed penetrators. It's all the same concept. Me, as a former 18 Charlie Special Forces engineer sergeant, we are very familiar with those devices. They can be improvised, obviously, and I have to disagree with Candace here. Love her, but I have to disagree with her. She's saying that they're not an exact science. They actually are. There's a lot of formulas that go into those. You have to be very precise with those, otherwise you will not get the effect that you want from this device. Is she right with her theory about Charlie Kirk? I tend to say yes. I think she's pretty close, because it's very possible that one of those devices can be put into any kind of device, be a microphone, pager, or a cell phone. They can be easily put in there. So how do those things work? Before we go into any of that stuff on my theory on what happened, how do those work? So it's not very sexy. I drew up some charts here to show you how that thing works. So you got the body of the actual explosive or the charge. So you got the body. Then you will have a copper cone, so to speak. It's a cone. Here it's represented as a V, as a red V. That's the copper cone. They can also be made, I think in her segment, a lady, EOD Tech Explosive Ordnance Disposal from the U.S. military, I believe it was, I heard, and she was saying they make them out of wine bottles. They do. I don't remember if we did it in the course or not, but we did experiment with pennies. We made shape charges out of pennies. So a wine bottle can be used very easily. So here you see the cone.